Most people believe that wealthy individuals always recover from financial setbacks because they earn more, have insider knowledge, or simply get lucky. But that's not the real reason. The rich don't bounce back by accident. They protect their financial base. Behind every comeback, there are practical habits, systems, and decisions that create stability long before a crisis happens. These habits aren't exclusive to millionaires or high earners. They are simple, repeatable actions that anyone can apply, no matter their income level or starting point. In this video, we'll break down practical financial habits that help reduce stress, create security, and build long-term resilience, habits that work whether you're just trying to stay afloat or aiming to build lasting wealth. Before we begin, a quick and important note: I'm not a financial advisor, not a personal finance expert, and definitely not an investment professional. I'm simply someone who learns from life experience, spends a lot of time reading, and dedicates myself to researching personal finance and related topics, and I share what I learn along the way. Section 1: The Illusion of High Income. We live in a world that constantly confuses income with wealth. Promotions, bonuses, or career changes often create the illusion of financial progress. But think about it for a second: how many people do you know who earn high salaries and still live paycheck to paycheck? So why does this happen? Because wealth is not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how well you grow it. Ignoring this difference is one of the main reasons why even well-paid professionals remain under constant financial stress. The lifestyle creep phenomenon. You've probably seen this before. A coworker gets a raise, and suddenly shows up with a brand new car. A friend closes a big deal, and overnight upgrades their entire lifestyle. This has a name: lifestyle inflation, also known as lifestyle creep. At first, it feels harmless, even deserved. I worked hard for this. I earned it. But here's the problem. Every small upgrade slowly becomes a permanent fixed expense. And every new fixed expense reduces your ability to save and invest. Financial freedom doesn't come from spending more. It comes from intentionally creating space between what you earn and what you spend. And then using that gap wisely. The financial power trio: earn, save, invest. Every solid financial plan is built on 3 pillars: earn, save, invest. Most people obsess over the first one, earning more, and completely underestimate the transformative power of the other 2. Saving isn't just letting money sit in a bank account. It's about protecting yourself from emergencies and preparing for future opportunities. Investing is where real growth happens. With time and discipline, compound interest can turn consistent savers into long-term wealth builders. And here's the key: time is your greatest ally. Compound growth is exponential, not linear. From restrictive budgets to conscious cash flow planning. Forget complicated spreadsheets and budgets that make you feel guilty. A more modern and effective approach is cash flow planning. Aligning your spending with your values and giving every dollar a clear purpose. That means intentionally deciding what percentage of your income goes toward essentials, basic needs, lifestyle, comfort and enjoyment, short-term goals, vacations, emergency fund, wealth building, long-term investments. A guideline like the 50-30-20 rule: needs, wants, and saving or investing, is a great starting point. But the real secret isn't the rule itself. It's consistency and regular review as your life evolves. The psychology behind the illusion, money illusion. All of this connects to a powerful psychological bias known as money illusion. This concept, popularized by economists like Irving Fisher and John Maynard Keynes, explains how people tend to think about money in nominal terms, the face value, instead of real terms, which reflect actual purchasing power adjusted for inflation. Research shows that people consider a 2% nominal pay cut unfair, even if prices also fall by 2%, meaning their purchasing power stays the same. But they often accept a 2% raise as fair, even when inflation is 4%, which actually means a loss in real purchasing power. Some argue that people naturally adjust to inflation over time. Others point to the lack of financial education as the reason this mental trap persists. A practical example of money illusion. Imagine an employee earning $50,000 per year who receives a generous 3% raise, or $1,500. On paper, their income increases to $51,500. But if inflation that year is 5%, their real purchasing power actually declines. They feel richer. But in reality, their money buys less than before. How to escape this trap? The solution is simple, but powerful. Always think in real terms. Ask yourself, does this raise actually beat inflation? Is my purchasing power growing, or shrinking? Am I permanently increasing my lifestyle based on a temporary gain? Understanding how inflation affects your money is one of the first steps toward making truly smart financial decisions. And protecting your path to long-term financial independence. Section 2, Discipline is a system, not willpower. Lasting discipline doesn't come from forcing yourself to behave better. It comes from building systems, environments, and routines where the right behavior becomes the easiest option, not the hardest. Let's redefine what saving really means. Saving is not a punishment. It's not deprivation. And it's definitely not something temporary. This mindset is exactly why so many people never reach their financial goals. Behavioral finance is very clear on this. Wealth is built far more by daily behavior than by the size of your paycheck. So saving isn't about cutting joy out of your life. It's about designing systems that protect your future from your present impulses. 1. The power of pay yourself first. A paycheck without a plan is already spent. Research consistently shows that people who automatically set aside part of their income for savings and investments before paying bills achieve far more financial stability than those who try to save whatever is left. Intentional allocation always beats willpower. Make your automatic transfer to savings or investments the first bill you pay every month, not the last. 2. Disarm the consumption traps. The list rule. Walking into a store, or opening Amazon, without a list is pre-approved financial sabotage. A list forces a plan into an environment designed for distraction. Shift your spending from reactive to intentional. Shopping is not entertainment. Browsing malls or e-commerce sites for fun is an expensive habit. These platforms are engineered to monetize your attention. Redefine leisure away from consumption. The waiting window. Paying full price is rarely necessary. Most pricing strategies rely on artificial urgency. Delaying a non-essential purchase by 24 to 48 hours kills impulse buying and reveals whether you truly want it, saving thousands over time. 3. High-impact, low-effort strategies. Generic versus brand. In many categories, medication, groceries, cleaning products, generics perform just as well at a much lower cost. Paying for the logo is optional. Your financial goals are not. The wisdom of buying used. Buying used, especially for fast depreciating items like cars, electronics, and furniture, isn't a downgrade. It's smart capital allocation. Let someone else absorb the biggest drop in value while you preserve your money for assets that actually build wealth. Hunt opportunities, not coupons. Discounts, cashback, and promotions aren't for the desperate, they're for the disciplined. Used consistently, they increase your savings rate without lowering your standard of living. 4. Master the psychology of your money. Emotional spending, the silent enemy. Buying out of boredom, stress, or celebration replaces logic with dopamine. The issue is rarely the item, it's the emotional state behind the decision. Identify the trigger before you reach for your card. Ignore cultural pressure. Modern culture celebrates consumption as success and views restraint as failure. That narrative makes saving look like deprivation, when it's actually power. Remember, wealth grows quietly, consumption seeks applause. The convenience illusion. The convenience of not comparing prices or keeping expensive services out of inertia is one of the most expensive fees you pay. Blind brand loyalty is emotional, not financial. 5. Build competence, outsource less. Money leaks when we outsource tasks we could reasonably learn. From basic car maintenance to video editing, learning saves money and builds resilience. Time invested in developing a skill often produces a higher return than a small marginal raise ever could. 6. Optimize what truly matters. The inefficiency tax. Not using tax-advantaged accounts, like IRAs or 401(k)s in the US, is leaving money on the table. Wealth doesn't grow only by how much you save, but by how efficiently that money compounds without constant tax erosion. The easy credit trap. Credit cards are tools. Used wisely, they offer convenience and protection. Used poorly, they become high-interest traps. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. If you can't pay the full balance this month, you can't afford it. Conclusion: from willpower to habits. Financial discipline is not a personality trait you're born with. It's a skill you build through systems. Habits beat hacks. Small repeated behaviors, planning, waiting, allocating, create exponential results over time. Success rarely comes from dramatic changes, but from boring consistency. Ask less, how do I force myself, and more, how can I make the right choice easier? In the end, mastering money isn't about depriving yourself to impress others. It's about aligning your spending with your values, building freedom through intentional decisions, and designing your life so the financially free version of you has the easiest path to show up, every single day. Section 3. The difference between cutting costs and controlling spending. There's a crucial difference in how people manage their money, and understanding it is what separates those who live on the edge from those who build real wealth. This isn't about aggressively slashing expenses in a miserable way. It's about strategically controlling spending. One is a desperate reaction. The other is a system of power. Cost cutting is what you do in a crisis. Cancel every subscription, never go out, survive on the cheapest food possible. It's unsustainable and focused only on the short term. Spending control, on the other hand, is a proactive system used by people who are in charge of their finances. It's about optimizing your financial life so every dollar has a purpose, without sacrificing what truly matters to you. That's discipline applied with intelligence. 1. Define your power budget, not a deprivation budget. Forget complicated spreadsheets. Start with a clear and personal goal, such as, I want the freedom to change careers in 3 years. Or, I want my savings to generate $X per month in passive income. Translate that goal into numbers using the 50-30-20 rule, or any ratio that makes sense for you, as a starting point, not a prison. The key is this isn't a punitive limit. It's an allocation plan. You're assigning a job to your money. 2. Perform a financial autopsy on your spending. Before you can control spending, you need to know where your money is actually going. For 1 month, track everything. Not to feel guilty, but to run a forensic analysis. Essential fixed costs, housing, utilities, basic transportation, debt. Where can I negotiate or reduce without harming my quality of life? Discretionary variable costs, dining out, entertainment, shopping. Which expenses truly align with my values, and which are just habits or impulse leaks? 3. The art of strategic optimization, where control really happens. Spending control is about asking better questions. Can I get the same value for less? Store brands at the grocery store, reviewing insurance and phone plans, using libraries or shared streaming services. Does this expense move me closer to or further from my goal? That annual subscription you barely use might be quietly stealing money from your investment fund. Is this a necessity, a genuine love, or just a habit? You might love coffee, but do you need to buy it every day? Or can it become, I love making premium coffee at home and saving $200 a month? 4. Build a personal spending governance system. Create your own approval rules to prevent drift. The 24 to 48 hour rule. For any non-essential purchase above a set amount, for example, $100, wait 1 or 2 days. The impulse fades. Logic returns. The guilt-free fun fund. Set aside a small monthly amount strictly for pleasure spending. This makes saying no to other temptations much easier. Weekly and monthly financial check-ins. 15 minutes a week to review accounts. 1 hour at the end of the month to review your plan. This is proactive control, not reactive damage control. 5. Focus on efficiency, not scarcity. True spending control understands that quality can be cheaper. Buying a well-made pair of shoes that lasts for years often costs less than buying cheap pairs repeatedly. Your time is also money. Outsourcing a task you hate, and that drains hours, can be worth every dollar if it frees you to earn more or protect your health. The biggest cost is opportunity cost. Every $100 spent on impulse is $100 not invested, losing years of compound growth. Always consider the future cost of today's spending. Conclusion: control is freedom, not restriction. Cutting costs is a survival tactic. Controlling spending is a freedom strategy. Discipline isn't about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes intentionally, in alignment with the future you're building. When you control your spending, you're not limiting your life. You're directing your financial power. Every intentional decision is a brick on the path that takes you from being a hostage to your next paycheck to becoming the architect of your own financial independence. In the end, it's the system, not temporary motivation, that allows discipline to win every time. If this perspective helped you see money differently, hit the like button. It really helps this channel reach more people. Share this video with someone who's trying to take control of their finances. And if you want to keep learning step by step, subscribe to my wealth guide for practical, realistic insights on personal finance and investing, from someone who's learning, researching, and improving right alongside you. Let me know in the comments. What expense do you think is quietly holding you back the most right now? Section 4, Why the Wealthy Protect Cash Flow First. Have you ever wondered what truly separates people who simply earn well from those who build real wealth? It's not a miracle investment. It's something far more basic, and far more powerful, the aggressive protection of personal cash flow. While most people focus only on their salary number or theoretical profits, real wealth builders understand that liquidity, the money that actually moves in and out of their account, is the oxygen of financial freedom. Without it, even a high income can suffocate. 1. The myth of profit versus the reality of cash. Let's clear up a critical mistake. Profit is an idea. Cash flow is reality. You can be profitable on paper, but if all your money is locked in long-term debt or non-income producing assets, you're financially stuck. Think about it this way. A high salary with uncontrolled spending creates negative cash flow. The result? Stress and debt. A moderate income with disciplined spending and smart investing creates positive cash flow. The result? Options and freedom. So the real question isn't, how much do you earn? It's, how much of what you earn is actually available to build your future? 2. The trap of conventional advice, and how to avoid it. Much of popular financial advice is well-intentioned, but short-sighted. For example, aggressively paying off a low-interest mortgage, around 3 to 4%, may cause you to miss the opportunity to invest that same money for potentially higher returns in the market. Focusing exclusively on traditional retirement accounts like a 401k can delay the tax problem. You might build a large retirement account, and an equally large tax bill later. Wealthy individuals seek balance. They protect cash flow today with liquidity and accessible investments, while still planning for tomorrow with retirement accounts. The key is diversifying access to your own money. 3. The personal cash flow autopsy system. If you're the CEO of your financial life, you need a clear diagnosis. Here's how to do it. Step 1. The X-ray. Where does every dollar go? For 1 month, track every inflow and outflow. Categorize it clearly. Total inflows, salary, side income, dividends. Essential fixed outflows, rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance. Flexible outflows, food, entertainment, subscriptions. Future outflows, investments, savings for goals. Step 2. The diagnosis. Where is the leak? Focus on flexible outflows. This is where the biggest impact usually lives. Zombie subscriptions, streaming services, apps, or memberships you barely use. Habit spending, daily coffee runs, convenience lunches. Expensive discounts, credit card annual fees for perks you don't actually use. Step 3. The surgery, cash recovery strategies. Pay yourself first rule. On payday, automatically transfer 10 to 20% of your income to investments or savings. What's left is what you live on. This protects future cash flow before present spending. Refinance and renegotiate everything. Mortgages, car loans, insurance. One phone call can free up hundreds of dollars per month. Attack high-interest debt. Credit card debt is a fire burning through your cash flow. Use strategies like the debt snowball to put it out. 4. Building multiple income streams. Wealthy people don't rely on a single paycheck. They create alternative sources of cash flow. Passive income, stock dividends, bond interest, rental income. Side income, a skill, hobby, or expertise turned into freelance work. Cash-generating assets, businesses, royalties, or anything that puts money into your account without requiring constant active time. Conclusion: cash flow equals choice. Protecting cash flow isn't about being cheap. It's about being strategically generous, first with your future self. When you master your cash flow, you replace anxiety with autonomy. Every dollar you rescue from unnecessary spending and redirect toward investing or debt reduction is a vote of confidence in your own freedom. The discipline of protecting cash flow is what allows an average income to turn into meaningful wealth. Because in the end, wealth isn't what you earn. It's what you retain and put to work for you. Start by protecting your cash flow, and you'll be building on the strongest financial foundation there is. Before we wrap up, it's important to say this clearly. I am not a personal finance expert, not an investment professional, and not a financial advisor. I'm simply sharing what I've been learning through my day-to-day journey. Through experience, consistent research, and a lot of reading on personal finance and investing. Always do your own research and, when necessary, consult a qualified professional before making financial decisions. Section 5. Delayed gratification and long-term balance. What is the single most powerful skill you can develop to build wealth? It's not finding the perfect stock. It's something you can practice today, right now: delayed gratification. It's the ability to say no to a small, immediate reward so you can say yes to a much bigger one in the future. And believe it or not, this skill largely determines your financial destiny. 1. The marshmallow test and your bank account. You've probably heard of the famous Stanford experiment. Children were left alone in a room with a marshmallow. If they resisted eating it until the researcher returned, they received a second one. Years later, researchers found that the children who waited tended to have better life outcomes, higher academic success, lower body mass index, and stronger ability to handle stress. What does that have to do with your money? Everything. Your brain faces the same battle every single day. The HOT system, limbic brain, wants pleasure now. This is the part of you that wants the new smartphone, the expensive dinner, the vacation on a credit card. The COOL system, prefrontal cortex, thinks about the future. This part sees the emergency fund, the home down payment, and a calm retirement. Financial discipline is about training your cool brain to win that battle. 2. How everyday marshmallows destroy financial goals. In real life, marshmallows are disguised. They look like impulse purchases on Amazon. Upgrading your car when the current one works perfectly fine. Lifestyle creep, increasing spending every time your income goes up. Every marshmallow you eat today is a piece of your future consumed early. Every dollar spent on impulse is a dollar that isn't being multiplied by compound interest inside your investment account. 3. Strategies of a delayed gratification master. The good news. This isn't a talent you're born with. It's a skill you can build. Here's how. Make the future visible and addictive. Your brain delays abstract rewards. Make them concrete. Do this. Put a picture of your goal, your home, your dream trip, or your retirement vision, on your fridge or as your phone wallpaper. Studies show that visualizing your future self can increase savings by over 30%. Use the if-then rule. The children who succeeded in the experiment distracted themselves. Do this. Create your own script. If I feel the urge to shop online out of boredom, then I'll read a chapter of a book or take a walk around the block. This automates the right decision. Celebrate milestones with controlled marshmallows. Discipline isn't about suffering. It's about balance. Do this. Plan small, intentional rewards when you hit milestones. Stayed within budget for an entire month. Celebrate with a special dinner. This reinforces positive behavior without sabotaging the bigger plan. 4. The ultimate reward, what you build by waiting. When you master delayed gratification, something powerful happens. 1. You build a buffer of peace of mind. Your first major reward is an emergency fund. This alone eliminates a huge amount of financial stress. You stop living in constant fight or flight mode when unexpected bills show up. 2. You turn compound interest into your partner. The money you don't spend today starts working for you. Over time, your investments begin generating income on their own. You trade instant consumption for future freedom. 3. You redefine what wealth really means. You realize that true wealth isn't owning many things, it's having many options. The option to leave a toxic job. To seize a rare opportunity. To give your children a solid foundation. That comes from accumulated capital, not consumption. Conclusion, the delay that sets you free. Delayed gratification isn't about deprivation. It's about powerful prioritization. It's about understanding that the greatest reward isn't the thing you buy today. It's the confidence, peace of mind, and freedom you build every day by making decisions aligned with the future you want. The discipline to delay small pleasures creates the space for true wealth. The wealth of time, options, and calm, to enter your life. Start small. Resist one marshmallow today. And watch your future begin to transform. Section 6, Practical Habits Anyone Can Apply. If money feels overwhelming right now, take a deep breath. Nearly half of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. The solution isn't a magical raise, it's powerful, repeatable habits. Habits are what create security, reduce stress, and build wealth, no matter where you start. Here are 5 practical habits you can begin applying today. Habit 1, master the art of living below your means. This is the master habit. Spending less than you earn isn't restriction, it's strategic freedom. It's what creates space for everything that matters. How to apply it. Audit your month. For 30 days, track every dollar you spend. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or a simple notebook. The goal isn't guilt, it's clarity. Find the hidden fat. After the month, categorize expenses into needs, wants, and leaks, forgotten subscriptions, impulse purchases, unnecessary fees. Where can you optimize without losing quality of life? The golden rule. Your net income, what hits your account, minus essential expenses must be a positive number. That positive gap is your wealth-building power. Habit 2, build your financial parachute, emergency fund. An emergency fund isn't a luxury, it's the foundation that makes every other habit possible. It turns a financial crisis into an inconvenience. How to apply it? Clear target. Aim to save 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, housing, food, utilities, transportation. Automatic and separate. Set up automatic monthly transfers to a high-yield savings account. Keeping it separate from checking makes it harder to touch. Start small, but start. Can't save $500 a month? Start with $50. In the beginning, consistency beats amount. Habit 3, attack debt with a clear strategy. High-interest debt, like credit cards or payday loans, is a fire burning through your wealth. Eliminating it is the highest guaranteed return investment you can make. How to apply it? Choose your attack method. Debt snowball, focus on the smallest balance first for quick wins and motivation. Debt avalanche, focus on the highest interest rate first to save more money long-term. Negotiate and optimize. Call your credit card company and ask for a lower interest rate. Consider consolidating debt with a lower interest personal loan. The no backsliding rule. While paying off debt, stop using credit cards for new expenses. Break the cycle. Habit 4, automate your future, pay yourself first. Waiting to invest whatever is left over at the end of the month is how investing never happens. You pay everyone else first: rent, streaming services, groceries. You should pay yourself too. How to apply it? Set up financial autopilot. On payday, schedule automatic transfers to 1. Your emergency fund. 2. Your investment accounts, IRA, Roth IRA, brokerage account. 3. Your short-term goals, like vacations. Once it's automated, discipline becomes effortless. You decide once, and the system executes forever. Habit 5, keep learning, and know when to ask for help. No one is born financially smart. Ongoing financial education is one of your most valuable assets. And knowing when to seek professional help is a sign of intelligence, not weakness. How to apply it? Schedule learning time. Spend 30 minutes a week reading, listening to podcasts, or watching reliable personal finance content. Seek qualified help when needed. If you feel lost or your debt situation is complex, look for a fiduciary financial advisor, legally required to act in your best interest. Be cautious with credit repair or debt settlement companies promising miracles. Many are scams. Consider free or low-cost financial counseling from non-profit organizations. Conclusion: the journey starts with one step. Wealth isn't built in a day. It's built through daily routines of small, correct decisions, automated and repeated. The discipline to apply these habits month after month is what turns an average income into real security, and a high income into a lasting legacy. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Choose one habit from this list. Start today. And take the first step toward becoming the architect of your own financial freedom. Discipline creates financial freedom. At the end of the day, financial freedom isn't built on luck, talent, or a high income. It's built on discipline. Discipline is protection. It's what shields you from panic, bad decisions, and financial chaos when life doesn't go as planned. This journey isn't about becoming rich overnight or chasing a luxury lifestyle. It's about stability. It's about control. It's about creating a financial base strong enough so money stops controlling your choices, your time, and your peace of mind. When you live with discipline, spending intentionally, preparing for emergencies, managing debt, and planning ahead, you stop being a hostage to your finances. Even with a modest income, discipline gives you options. And options are what real freedom looks like. You don't need perfection. You don't need a massive salary. You just need consistency. Small, disciplined decisions repeated over time are what turn financial stress into confidence, and confidence into freedom. If this content helped you, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with someone who might need it. Let me know in the comments, which habit are you going to start applying today? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue this journey toward clarity, discipline, and financial freedom.